Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going on a little homeschool field trip to Plymouth Plantation. This is in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and it's an outdoor living history museum. They have replicas of the places where the Native Americans lived, and then they also have a little village that you'll see in a minute that is supposed to be a replica of where the Pilgrims settled when they came to America. So here is the dwelling where the Indians lived, and they had all of these furs, very realistic. Everything they have tried to do as close as they can from what they know from history, so it's really educational and super fascinating and really fun to explore. That these canoes were so fascinating. They basically cut down a ginormous tree trunk, and then by starting little tiny fires that burned and carved out the inside of the canoe. So that was really cool to watch that process. These are ones that they have made right here at the museum. My kids thought that these were really awesome also. This is what one of their dwellings looks like. They left the outer parts off of it so you could see the shell, see the bones, how they put it together. Now we are going to go walk into the Pilgrim Village. This big building that you see right here is kind of what they used as their fort. Here we're on the second floor of the fort. This is where they kept the cannons, and if they needed to use them to protect their settlement, they could. You'll see in just a minute here, it has a beautiful view from the top of here overlooking the settlement, and you can even see the ocean over there in the distance. It was such a gorgeous day for this too. And so after we left the fort, we walked on down into the village, and each of these houses that you see here, they actually had historians that were playing a role of a pilgrim, and as you would walk into the houses, they would tell you about the house and their family that lived there. So that was really cool to experience, and they were very good at their jobs. Here's a look inside at one of the houses. As you can see, they have a lot of old artifacts, and some of these are replicas of things, but you can touch everything, you can sit in the chairs. It's very hands-on, which makes it very fun for kids and adults alike. As you can see, those curtains that go around the bed, like I said, obviously we're in Massachusetts, and I am sure that these little houses got cold in the winter, so that's to keep the heat in. Each little house has a fireplace right there, and they had these pretty amazing chimneys for these little houses that I was impressed with. But they built everything in the time era. It was all appropriate for the time era. So that was pretty cool. You could walk around the back and look at the gardens. They were growing things, and they also had some livestock here as well. So like I said, it is a living history working museum. These poor chickens, my kids just thought that they were so cute and funny, and they wanted to chase them around. Probably scared the chickens to death, but my kids were obsessed.
This is something you can play with. Oh yeah, you can try that out. You want to dress up, Lawson? Wow. Looks like a little English boy.
Go to the vegetables. The vegetables.
Stay inside. Look in the mirror.
Oh, Ellie, you look like a pilgrim.
Outside of that little children's center, they did have some different games and activities for kids to play with that the Pilgrim children would have also had. And so this was almost set up like bowling. They had the hoops that you could run with. They had a little wooden horse. So it was kind of fun for the kids to be able to see, you know, toys that the Pilgrim children would have played with also. While we were here, they were also filming a movie. I'm not exactly sure what kind of movie it was, but there was a whole film crew here. I think it was a pretty big deal, so that was kind of cool to see that, you know, it's a great set for movies that are based in this time period. And here's some more chickens. They're so cute. They weren't as scared of me as they were my kids. Okay, so after we got done with the museum, we went ahead and took the short little drive to downtown Plymouth, and that is where Plymouth Rock actually is, right there in that monument. They have the rock, and they have it kind of protected. You can't really get down in there. There was a park ranger there that told us that it has been a problem in the past with people trying to get in and vandalize it, and also chipping away at the rock. So they try their best to monitor it and protect it. But it is pretty cool to see this historic spot where the Pilgrims landed. And the rock was definitely smaller than I expected. I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but it was not actually that big. But like I said, unfortunately, I do think some people have chipped away at it over time. And right next to the rock, they also have the Mayflower Replica. Now this is the only replica of the Mayflower ship. This was very cool to see. And just like the rock was a bit smaller than I expected, the Mayflower itself was a bit smaller than I expected. Before you can board the ship, they have all sorts of information for you to read about the Pilgrims and their journey on the Mayflower. They were on there for 60-something days, and there was right around 100 of them. Now this is going down to the deck where they pretty much stayed for those 66 days. All crammed in here. This is not a very big space. I cannot imagine 100 people crammed in here for that long, on that long journey. But, you know, they were on their way to a better life and to freedom, and they made it work. But it was pretty cool to see. This ship is still functional. One of the crew members said that they do take it out a few times a year, so it does work and everything. But yeah, it's pretty cool to look around, and like I said, this is the only replica of the Mayflower, so it's as close as you can get to the real thing. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us as we explored Plymouth and the Mayflower. There is so much history here, and it is really cool to stand in the same spots as those people did hundreds of years ago, and to just think what they were going through as they started this new world that we call America. If you ever get the chance to go, I would highly recommend it. But I do hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Sky. When you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.